Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It's time for me to go on a journey down memory lane. Now, let me clue you in as what I mean for those confused. Hi, I'm TJ, or TTGM, as my username says, and I started my streaming career way back in 2019. I mean, look at me, this is what I look like. Can you believe that I'm where I am now? I mean, look, I've grown and expanded myself, I've reached out, I've made content with other creators online, and honestly, I'm finally in a good place with streaming. And I know you probably don't know me, don't get to know me, and don't want to know me. But if you're kind enough in the heart and you don't mind, please watch this. It would mean a lot. Fun fact, when I first started getting traction online, I wasn't even a streamer. I ran my own gaming group, we were called the G41s. We were a small sided group, primarily focused on Call of Duty and Fortnite at the time, and we had a blast. We ended up gaining nearly 20,000 subscribers as a team, even having the Rebirth Island world record at one point for a week. But that all changed when COVID struck home. Team members got sick, and the amount of stuff going on in the world, we didn't have time to do anything anymore. So I was still in school while the others were trying to get by in the world, and it was too much. So eventually we all left. And then the creator of the YouTube channel gave me control. He trusted me enough to make the right decision, no matter what it was. We stayed together a little bit longer for 6 months, but going from 16 to four of us, it didn't work. We didn't last much longer. So here we were, early 2021, with Warzone becoming less fun all of a sudden for small creators, or at least that's what we thought of it. And all of a sudden, it was just me. We were planning to regroup, after the pandemic and all, but I guess as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. Now, at the time, I wasn't planning to become a streamer or even a solo creator, but I kept the channel up for a good bit of time. But seeing my friends disappear from socials and stop talking to each other, I thought it's best to delete the channel. Privacy reasons, they clearly had no interest in the online world anymore, and I couldn't run a channel that big on my own. So, on the 17th of August, 2021, the G4 ones were no more. Fast forward all the way to November 20th, the day it all started back up again. The old brain wires were functioning, and I started streaming. I knew nothing about streaming, don't get me wrong. I'd never even thought a live stream, let alone run a channel on Twitch. But there I was, getting ready to go. Warzone 2.0 was setting off with the release of Al, and for a good period of time, I thought, this is it. Warzone is back. I may not be alongside the people who I used to play with, but they're in my mind through every kill. They're still watched. They still watch the content and even the streams. But, some even came back to play. However, as they did back then, they stopped. Stopped watching, stopped playing, and stopped caring. This was the last time I'd heard of them, as of now. I still don't know where they are in the world. Hopefully in a good place. But just as I thought, wow, I'm getting the old gang back together, it quickly left. It ended again. The thought of me having fun with the people that brought me into the place I enjoyed. No. It left me in a state of depression. One which no one knew about, not my close friends, nor my family. I lost confidence, slowly stopped streaming, and stopped making YouTube videos. All my old videos are now private, and that's all there really is on the YouTube now. There's a couple shorts, a couple early videos, and some VODs. This continued for a while. Even when Resurgence returned with the introduction of Ashik Island and then Vondel, I played it. I did technically stream here and there, but it wasn't major. However, after such a period of time away, I began to feel different, like something wasn't there. And if it wasn't thanks to my good friend Connor, I may have never returned to streaming, and I could have lost myself to depression. And let me tell you now, it's not fun. So please, on a serious note, if you're struggling with anything in life, be it a family member loss or even doing bad on an exam, if you're not feeling okay, speak up. It doesn't exactly have to be to a parent or guardian, just someone you trust and who is willing to listen. Okay? If needed, my DM's always open. Just check the description. You don't even have to follow my socials. Just send a DM on one of the platforms and I will respond. Okay? I will always listen. So please, always take care of yourself. And if you see someone else that doesn't feel right, doesn't look like they're the best of themselves, say, what's going on, man? Have a chat. And even if they don't want to talk, as long as they know you're there for them, it'll make them that 1% better. Because of Connor, I got back on track, begun to turn my life around, started streaming again, putting myself out there, you know? And let me tell you now, if you want to be a streamer, make sure you're not alone. Because having someone to support your journey, it's a great feeling. Connor's been there since day one, and so to him, I say thank you. My journey onwards was a bit off the rails to start with. I streamed more often. This went on for 2 months actually. I streamed every day, 2 hours a day, until one day I was gone. August 23rd, I vanished off social media and wasn't seen again. Or, that's what I would be saying, if it wasn't thanks to a very special streamer. You see, one day I was scrolling TikTok, just missing everything that I used to do, but couldn't bring myself to start it again. And I came across a Warzone streamer, or technically Variety, but you'll get that if you go to his channel. And he was playing Modern Warfare 3, Rebirth Island, you know? And he seemed like a good guy. So I went in and he told me about himself and his journey. If you're interested, I will put his links to his socials below. And he invited me to his Kick channel. This was a place I wasn't familiar with, and I only had an account just so it was there. So I went over, made my username, made myself known, and he welcomed me as if he'd known me for years. And I even got to play Warzone with him. So meet Lordsi, the man who relit the flames once again and began the true journey online. He told me about Gig and how it's a platform for the people. So reluctantly, I was intrigued. I didn't expect much, you know, but boy, I was wrong. After a month and a half of streaming, I get a raid notification, something I only ever dreamed of reading. It was Lordsi coming through with a load of viewers. I mean, I was on 2 viewers and I shot up so much I couldn't even believe it. I didn't even read how many we got. When I did, I realized he came in with 120 viewers. And let me tell you now, they were so nice. I went from just 20 followers that day to nearly 80, meaning I'd already reached affiliate. And I was hyped, so hyped. I went downstairs to gather my thoughts because I didn't know what to say. By the time I came back, I was expecting them to have all left, saying, "Oh, he's just gonna be scared. He doesn't want to do anything." No, they cared and stayed for me to properly say hello. They actually stayed for another 2 hours, to be fact, until I eventually had to end stream, and that was it. That was the energy I'd missed all them years. I never truly felt like I had a place on the internet ever since the G41 split, but Lordsi and everyone else, that was enough. Fast forward today, March 13th as of recording, and well, I'm going strong. I became not only a moderator for Lordsley, but a social media manager for him as well. In fact, next month on April 16th, I have my 1 year kick anniversary. Now, you may be thinking, what's this video about? Well, the reason I'm here, and the reason I'm all online, and the reason I'm making this video is to give back. I I'm grateful for every single person. The whole reason I want to become a streamer, I want to become a social media influencer, isn't for the fun of it, isn't for my own gain. It's because I want to give people enjoyment. I want to be one of them YouTubers and streamers that people can watch when they're having their dinner or just to have a laugh and can talk about with their friends with, or even some can relate to. So, honestly, I have each and every one of you to thank. Now, I know I'm just a small corner in the internet, but it makes me happy. Happy knowing that each stream I can count on loads of you to come by, say hello, and have fun. So, because of everything I have achieved so far, I am happy to announce my first subathon. It will take place at 6 p.m. UK time on the April 2nd and will be a simple concept. Here is how the TTGM subathon will go. The timer will be set to 12 hours, leaving me streaming till 6 a.m. the 3rd of April, and each sub will be an extra hour added to the timer. If someone gives 5 subs, however, I will spin the wheel of pain. I'm going to get things like smelling salts, spicy sweets, sour drinks, challenges, and a very rare option of add 5 hours to timer. Luckily, there is nice options like respin, Uno reverse, where if it lands on a challenge, I do the opposite. For example, if it was to land on do 10 push ups, I will sit on the floor instead and do nothing. It's boring, I know, but got to give myself a break sometimes. And a very, very rare chance, because I'm dumb like this, I remove one wheel option. You may think, that doesn't seem so bad. Why is that dumb? Because I don't pick. It could remove something amazing or bad. So I could get that respin and it could be gone. So we gotta hope if it lands on that, it's something bad. All I do is spin the wheel again and whatever it lands on gets removed. However, upon doing this, if someone gifts 5 subs within 10 minutes of this, it can be reversed. Or they can spin the wheel for their own item. Now, if anyone is interested in watching, the link will be in the description. Now, I must make this clear to anyone unfamiliar with a subathon. A subathon isn't where you have to subscribe to watch. It's simply if you want to subscribe, you can, and it will keep the stream going and entertaining. The stream will always be free. All it does is add extra time, extra details to the stream to make it a bit more interesting. So don't feel like you have to pay, especially if you can't. But with that being said, thank you all so much for being here with me on this journey, and I hope to see many of you there on April 2nd. Special thanks to Lordsi for helping me start on Kick, and Connor, thank you for being there for me since the beginning. It means a lot.